Step one done. Yay.
Yay.
Yay. Welcome, shifters.
Yes, welcome. So while Jody's getting set up, I'm just going to say that Heather and I were in on the cruise and we had dinner one night with Orville and Heidi. And we had the best, most exciting conversations and just like their vision and the excitement of stuff that's coming. Like, Heather, I'm sure you agree with me. We haven't even talked about it, but like it was the last night and I haven't seen her since. But like we left there just electric, so excited. And so I hope that all of you guys are just ready for the future and what's coming and SFR and just so much that's going to happen. So I haven't been this excited in a long time. I'm very, very excited.
I think I'm ready for SFR. We need an
Yeah.
SFR fuel injection.
Yes, totally.
Like
100%.
it's just, and I love it because you get back from SFR, and obviously, I mean, like many of you, my favorite season is from August to December. And so, I mean, I love summer, don't get me wrong, but my favorite Scentsy season is August through December. And so I'm pumped for SFR, and it's
Yeah,
really, really close.
very. I
It's
can't believe
so
it. It's
soon, and I
crazy.
am so excited.
And to be standing with the owner of Scentsy and to have him like he wouldn't stop talking, just going on and on. We literally didn't get to talk because he's like, and this, and
Three
we want to do
hours we
this,
were
and we're
with them.
like
3 hours we were.
3 hours of not stopping talking. So
Yep.
seriously, guys,
That's
buckle up,
good.
get ready. There's so much happening.
Yep.
Well, I'll be a little birdie and tell you all that I know that there is a new Thursday night shift sticker being given out at SFR this year if you come and see us. So, we have to figure out when we're going to be able to to do that so that we can hug you guys and say thank you
Yeah.
for always getting on with us on Thursday nights. But we will have fun Thursday night shift stickers again this year to give. So that'll be fun.
They came out really good, didn't
Awesome.
they?
I'm
Oh, me
excited.
too.
I'm excited.
I can't stream it. So I am on the page right now, just posting my link for people to get on live if they'd like. Sorry, guys, Facebook changed all the rules and we can't stream it tonight. So we'll do the best we can. But go
Mm.
ahead, Melissa. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I Oh no, you're fine. I love that Jack McManus put in the chat. She literally lives for the next sticker that she can get from anywhere. Like if there's a sticker involved, she's earning whatever it is, or she's attending whatever it is to get the sticker.
I
That
love
She
that.
she is yes. So anyhow, we're excited to see you guys too. For those of you that jumped in the chat and said that you're excited for SFR, we're excited for SFR too. Um, the so you already know that the Disney Fuzzies little cute fuzzy collection is out. Um, if you're wondering why they're called fuzzies, because I've heard this, in fact, on my Tuesday call with my team, we were saying, why are they fuzzies and why? Because to me, I want to call them squatties. That's what they are to me, little squatties. But the Scentsy YouTube channel has a 4-minute video that explains with one of the designers why they called them fuzzies, and um, that these are a few of the first of many coming to this collection. It truly is going to be a collection. And so for people that really are into characters and really are into Disney, maybe their favorite character will be one of the cute little fuzzies, but also for any of the collectors, these will be items that they could collect. So anyhow, the video is really, really cool on the Scentsy YouTube channel. And I wanted to promote that YouTube channel. If you aren't aware of it or you don't catch it often or you're not subscribed to it and get notified when they post a new video, there's a lot of really, really good content put out by Scentsy on that YouTube channel. Things from behind the scenes, how warmers are made, how glass, some of the glass mosaic warmers are put together. It's really a great channel. So check it out when you're laying in bed and you have already done your Wordle for the evening, and so you're like, oh, what should I do next? I'm telling on myself on what I do. The other announcement that came out is there's a next Focus Bonus incentive, July 1st through the 31st. So sell at least two Scentsy Air Quad White linens at full price and earn an extra $21 per sale. So an extra $21 on top of your commission if you sell two of those. So from July 1st through the 31st, sell them at full retail price. You'll earn a $21 bonus for each one sold, paid with August commissions. Use July's focus bonus incentive to sell more and earn more by concentrating your efforts on this specific product. Um, Here's even more inspiration. The top seller worldwide gets an additional $200 bonus. I'll tell you what, any of my customers that, in fact, just the other day, I got a text message from a good customer of mine who's a club subscriber monthly, and she gets the whiff box in her club. And the pink, I'm never going to get I still don't, the Air Go or the Air Travel Twist Pod with, whatever it's called. I'm just kidding. Just seeing if you're paying attention. Anyway, that came in the whiff box. And though she has been introduced to pods by me multiple times, she's been a whiff box subscriber for years, so she's gotten the little mini fan. There's something about this product that spoke to her. I don't know if it's because it was pink, if it's because it fits in her cup holder and she's so excited. She texted me and was like, Scentsy is genius. And she sent me a picture of it. And so I was like, oh, you are going to get so hooked on this and on Scentsy pods because this is the greatest. Well, anyway, I'm telling you this because that product being in the whiff box, those customers will be great target audience customers to start with for this focus bonus. If they get the whiff box and you can check in with them and say, hey, are you using and how are you using it? Send me a photo, blah, blah, blah. You can start conversation about the product in the whiff box and then say, if you have fallen in love with this, you have to see our quad. And so I think it's a really good opener for conversation. Use the whiff box in your subscribers as that foot in the door for that kind of follow up and check in. And that's my little 2 cents. Other than that, no other announcements. SFR is almost on its way, and we have a special guest tonight, so I'm going to shut my mouth so that she has the floor.
Well, let me introduce her first, may I? Also, I was doing my math really quick, and you guys know my math doesn't really math well, but I would double check me, and I did it twice. If I'm not mistaken, did you guys see my math over here? You make $57.50 at 25% off those two quads. Plus $22 because you sold two, or $21, so $42 because you sold two. That's $99.50 for selling two quads, right? Is that right? Because that's really, I feel like it's too good to be true that my math must be wrong, but you're muted, baby.
Shirley says you're mathed.
I could graduate. This is great news. That's amazing, you guys. Literally, we did the practice one. I'm getting to Emily in a minute. I'm just so excited. We did this practice sale last month to get our toes a little bit wet and stuff like that. We know a little bit more now. We have more time to plan for it. Use Chat GPT, like we've taught you guys the last couple weeks, to figure out how you can promote this. But that's a whole lot of opportunity to put some extra money in your pocket. So don't sit on it. Without further ado, though, I do really want to introduce my new friend, Emily Parkinson. I had the honor to spend time with her at Summit this last April when we were there. And I don't know if she knows it or not, but she can't get rid of me now because I was addicted to her from the moment we met. I am super excited to hear from her tonight. This woman, y'all, she has 5 children from the ages of 18 to 1.5. I'm sorry. That makes me tired just thinking about it. So tonight she's going to share all of her tricks and her hacks and her tips with all of you about how she maintains and runs a successful business while being busy and raising 5 children. So Miss Emily, if you would please unmute and join us, our little Mama Wax. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. What a flattering introduction. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I am a nervous wreck to do this. When Callie sat me down at Summit, she was like, "Hey, you're gonna do Thursday night shift. Pick a day." I was like, "Oh, okay." But it's all right. Do the hard things, right? So I'm just gonna tell you guys just like a little bit about my story, with Scentsy and all that stuff and life and it'll tie into how I have figured out, well, I'm still figuring out, but I've gotten pretty good at working my business into our crazy life. So I started Scentsy in May 2018. And I really started because I wanted to make this a big business. I joined with the intention to make at least full time. I didn't realize how big I could go with Scentsy at the time, but my sponsors, Rachel Pence, she was an RN and she had quit her job. She had 5 kids. Our kids are almost all the exact same age, except for the baby, obviously. And she just like really spoke to me. Like I was started following her without realizing I was following her because I needed a way to be able to stay home and make an income and raise my babies. Um, so when I joined, I lost my job 3 weeks later. I had my kids at the time where we had four, and he was 10, 5, not even 2 yet, and then 7 months. And I lost my job 3 weeks later. And I was like, having a little pity party. I'm like, what am I going to do? And my sponsor basically was like, well, it's go big or go home. We're about to do this. So I dove in and I lived, breathed, and ate Scentsy. Like it was insane. That's all I did. She talked me into going to SFR, which at the time I had never been in a plane before. I told her she was absolutely nuts. It was in California. I'm from Ohio. Um, yeah, it was just like, you're crazy. So somehow she talked me into it. And that SFR, I don't know if it was my first SFR or what it was, but it was like magic. I mean, all of them are like this, but I walked in there and I had never seen anything like this before. Like music bumping, you can feel the electricity in the air. It was just like nothing I had ever seen before. And I came home and I knew like even more like this is what I want to do. So I told her when I got home, I said, I'm going to hit director in this or September and I'm going to get top 100 and I'm going to go to Switzerland. And at the time I was only like 2.5 months in as a consultant. And but there was no change in my mind. I just knew in my head that that's what I was going to do. There was no other option. And I did it. I ended up hitting director September 23rd. I'll never forget. September 23rd, 2018. And then I earned top 100 and I went to Switzerland. And that first like year and a half of my business, it was like seriously like a whirlwind. Like I felt like I was made for this. Like it was just like what I was born to do. It just came so naturally and just felt so easy. I hit superstar director in 18 months, like craziness. I was like still a new consultant and I was having all this success. And then life hit and COVID hit and, just all kinds of stuff from every direction. I could go on a million-year story with all the different things that happened between 2019 and 2022. So I never like quit working my business. I definitely took a step back and I felt like I would like gain momentum again and then I would slow down again and I started feeling feelings of like imposter syndrome, like it was a fluke. I can't do this again and it just got really really rough. And then we had the surprise of our life and we thought we were done having babies. My youngest son was 5 when I found out I was pregnant. And it all happened to be a girl. We had 4 boys, and then we got blessed with a surprise little girl. And she is a little over a year and a half now. But I got pregnant, definitely was not working my business the way I should be. And then I had the worst postpartum depression I've ever had in my entire life after I had her. And I was really struggling to find my footing. Like I knew I was a Scentsy lifer and I knew that what this business, like the potential in this business, and I did not want to give up everything I worked so hard for. So when I went to, and if you notice, I keep talking about SFR. SFR is so important for your business. I mean, if you can't make it happen, like to go in person, at least do virtual. It is business changing, seriously. If you go into it with the mindset of this is going to change my business or this is going to change my life, then it's going to do just that. I cannot talk about SFR enough. But last year at SFR in Orlando, I went with the mindset of this is make it or break it. Something's gotta shake, something's gotta happen. I went, it did exactly what it was supposed to do, and they announced the trip of my dreams to Greece, and it was just like I was ready to go. I came home, and like I said before, I had never quit working my business. I just wasn't working to my fullest potential, and I wasn't being consistent. I'd have a month where I was on fire, and then I'd have a month where I was not doing what I should be doing. So I came home, I prayed heavily over my business, heavily, heavily. I was very like dropped to my knees praying, crying, praying. And it just like took off like just like in the beginning, like a whirlwind. Everything just felt like it was just coming so easily. I had, I think, like 10 fundraisers between August and October last year, like decent sized fundraisers. And I had like anywhere from 10 to 16 online parties a month at the beginning of fall, and I really had to I have 5 kids who all are in every sport you can possibly think of. So that was a lot. Like I worked really hard this last fall season, and one thing that I learned was I had to cut the fluff. Anything that was like, and I wish I could do all the fluff stuff because it does speak to my like creative side, but I think that was a part of the reason why I got so burnt out before is because I just don't have time to do the fluff. And if I don't have time to do the fluff, then I felt like then other stuff got put on the back burner. So what I really focused on this past fall, and especially now that we got out of that busy season, we're just like, in the normal part of it, is just doing I have like my set list of non-negotiables that I have to do every single week. I do have them broken down by day, but my life's very unpredictable and chaotic. So if I don't get it done that day, I just add it to my to-do list the next day or the next day. As long as it gets done that week, I'm good. Um, but yeah, I have a list, note in my phone, and it's how I create my daily checklist, to-do list of every day. And I don't always get everything done. I have to sometimes, add it to the next day, but it is what it is. I've really just gotten good at incorporating it into if I'm sitting in the pickup line or if we're sitting at practice, like I'll dedicate setting a timer also is life changing. I'll set a timer of I'm going to spend 15 minutes doing follow up and I'm zoned in onto my phone. I have to get as much as I possibly can in 15 minutes. Things like that. Um, Another thing is I really just I took the pressure off for myself because I feel like I want everything to be perfect all the time, and you have to really let that go. You cannot Nothing is ever going to be perfect. The craziness is always going to come, drama, life, illness, anything. It's always going to end up coming, and you have to roll with the punches and just be okay with getting done what you can get done. As long as you are working your business, even if it's just like 15, if you can squeeze in 15 minutes, everybody can squeeze in 15 minutes. We're all sitting on our phone, scrolling on TikTok, scrolling on Facebook. If you're scrolling, you can do a few minutes of something. Another one thing too that I wish that I loved this. I really, really do. I wish that I loved Happy Mail. And it's just not something that speaks to me. So what I've really gotten like working on is I treat my customers another way. So I'll offer coupons like through text message, or I'll send them an email and they'll get free shipping or they'll get free bars or something like that. And that stuff I can't, like, I will mail that stuff out, but sending a happy mail to every single customer, it just was like, it was taking up too much time. When I sit and do mail, I'm a perfectionist, and then the graphics and then all that stuff. I had to let that stuff go. So I'll just find something off the what did you share page, or there's a million different graphics and stuff like that out there that you can, or graphic groups that you can grab stuff from, tweak it to yourself, and just, you do not have to be perfect to be powerful. It does not have to be perfect to be powerful. You can make an impact without having all this extra stuff going on. Um, I'm trying to think of something else. I didn't write notes because when I write notes, I tend to get like distracted and then I mess it all up, and then, but yeah, I don't know.
Give us do you have your list of non-negotiables like written out?
I do. I am on my phone. I don't know if this will mess it up. So I can share it in the group also, but let me go to my notes.
Yeah, because I'm writing feverishly over here. Like, yeah, I want to know I want to know exactly what your day looks like. Give it to me.
Oh no, that's another thing I just started doing too. I started using Chat GPT like recently within the last probably mostly since Summit. And I have a note in here. I ask it the night before to give me a time block, and I include what I need included in my time block, and I'll say within toddler that naps from 1 to 3. That works. I like that too. Let me see. Where's my okay? So I have a weekly to
Great
dos.
advice.
So Sunday, I have down grocery shop meal plan for the week, low Greggy's lunch money, clean up, update to do list, set week goals, get caught up on laundry. And then Monday is I have my hours. So my business hours on Monday. This is during the school year too. I haven't adjusted this for summertime yet, but my business hours are 8 to 12, and I have motivation Monday. So that's where I get like where I'm pulling for like posts for my team page or posts for my VIP group, looking for like motivational things, follow up, content planning and scheduling posts for the week, package up any orders that I got over the weekend, customer mail, and then clean my breezeway, my mudroom. That's like included in my to-do list. And then Tuesday's Tip Tuesday, Team Tuesday, and then make a post in my team page that I see you work in, reach out to the top 10 PRV and group, reach out to anyone who is sponsored, reach out to any newbies in my group, clean my living room. Wednesday, Wax Warmer Wednesday, follow up, shout out top contributors on my team page, SSD call at 2, clean kitchen. Thursday, Thrifty Thursday, follow up, customer email, customer mail graphics, samples, plan, shout out, active 500, 2000, and sponsors, director shout outs, schedule connection calls. Friday, freebie Friday, focus Friday, package mail, send mail, focus Friday, email, clean bathroom. And then Saturday is my most busiest day of the week because we normally have sports on Saturdays. So all I have is an early post office run if needed. And then I have a monthly to-do list broken down by like first of the month, fifth of the month, 15th of the month, end of the month. And I can like share screenshots of all that. But basically I build my daily to-do list off of those things in there. So today, my to-do list was post on all the things, follow up. And when I say all the things, I mean business page, team page, personal page, stories, TikTok, Instagram reels, and then follow up, message people about coolers, place Swift box order, message fundraiser people, message people who ordered last fall to see if they're interested in hosting a party again, and then make fundraiser posts because my focus right now, I'm trying to focus on getting fundraisers again because that's really what helped me with this incentive last year.
I love it. We have some questions about if you can share that with us. If you send it to one of us, we can post them for you in Thursday night shift as well. If you're willing to share like screenshots because people really want to know exactly what you're doing. So
Okay, yeah, I can share screenshots. But yeah, it's just basically I have like the non-negotiables wrote down in my note. And if I feel like lost and I feel like I don't know what I should be doing, that is like my guide to, and it's not something I came up with. I pulled that from other people's ideas and just like made it for my life.
and I want to kind of have a conversation with you a little bit. I don't know if you know this or not, but I was very focused after I came back from SFR, much like you. Like I looked at things and I'm like, all right, something's got to change. Like I know what I've got to do, but I wasn't doing it. So I sat down and I made a plan, and I decided I was going to do one party every single week, and it was easy enough for me to do that, especially from being at home. I don't know exactly how I wanted to word it, but I want to talk. And you said you were doing that through the fall. That's what got you to earn the incentive. And I really want to hone in on how important it is to have a plan and what happens to your business when you are focused, because you admitted, there were some months you weren't as consistent and your business reflected that. So I know personally, looking at my own calendar, I could see looking at it last fall, like I had everything planned out and this was happening in my business and these were moving. And then, life happened. Hurricane Helene threw everything off. And that's when it stopped. But they've heard that from me before. I'd love for you to share like exactly kind of what your plan looked like. And when you changed your mindset after SFR and said, I'm going to make this happen, what did it look like exactly for you in the fall?
I think it was pretty similar. I sat down and I made a list of goals for 2024, 2025, and basically broke it down into like bite-sized pieces and had a monthly goal of how many parties I wanted, how many new customers I'm trying to generate. And one of the biggest things is off of every single party, I try to book a party. That is the best way to keep parties coming in because you're only going to get so many parties off the people that you know. You have to constantly be trying to get new people in your circle. Fundraisers are in my favorite way to get new contacts. Absolutely my favorite way. It took me 2 years to actually book a fundraiser. I could not book one to save my life. And then the key is kids sports. That is like the biggest. I had all three of my boys football last year. They all had fundraisers, and then I have a couple cheer teams that they've been doing fundraisers for 2 or 3 years now. And then I also got a couple of baseball teams and a girls softball team. And for some reason, the girls always do better. The cheerleaders and the girls softball team, they earned like $1,000 each. The girls softball team was 10 girls and they earned like I gave them $1,000 because that's how much they earned. But yeah, just sitting down and thinking about what your big goals are. What you got to think big. What's your goal paycheck? What are you trying to pay off debt? Are you trying to do this and breaking that down into like what you can achieve every month. So if you don't have a if you don't have a goal, you don't really know what you're working for. And it's also easier to like just kind of like, okay, I don't have to do anything this month. It's easier just to sit and watch Grey's Anatomy all day. That's my favorite show. um, so you have to really like dream big and think big and put it in your face. I have in my notes in my phone, the notes section where I have my weekly to-dos, I have like a little like image that I made of all my different things. Like I'm trying to pay off my cars. We have like substantial amount of car loan debt that I would love to pay off. And just things like that. Greece is like my number one bucket trip. So, or bucket list trip. So that was in there. And then just things like that.
What would you say to right now if someone wanted to start and they're like, I haven't had a party in forever and I don't know where to start and they want to take your advice and start doing it now? How would they start?
So when I got home, I this is like very like back to the basics and very I want to say like old school, but I made a list of 100. I went through my friends list on Facebook and I made a list of 100. And I think I went even beyond 100 because you feel like you don't know that many people or you don't know who to ask, but you would be so surprised if you just go through the contacts in your phone or go through your friends list on Facebook at who, if it's anybody like people you spend time with because of kids' sports, you're sitting next to the parents while you're watching your kids play, or people you know from church, people you know from high school, people you know from I don't like literally just anything. You'd just be so surprised at how many people you really do know. So I made a list of 100. And then I think I made a post on Facebook, like a game where they guessed a number or they guessed something. And, or no, it was the warmer. I made an image where all the new warmers in the fall catalog. I made an image like pick a number and then I messaged each of them and I offered for them to earn it for free. And I made sure I worded it correctly because I was not in a position to be able to gift anybody anything for free. So I said earn it for free. And if they got a $500 party, they could get this warmer for free. Um, and yeah, just not being afraid to reach out to them and also making sure when you do reach out to people, it is of the utmost importance to try to sell as least salesy as possible. So you're just reaching out like you're asking your friend, like, have they heard about this cool coupon for Old Navy or something like that? Like you want to keep it as little words. If it's a big long 2 paragraph thing, they're not going to read it. You want to keep it as little words as possible, as short and sweet, and make it sound like you're talking to your best friend, or like send a fake text message to your sister or to your husband or to your friend, like you would say to them, and just switch out a couple words.
I love it.
I,
Oh,
Can I ask a quick question?
oh
Sorry.
yeah.
Because I'm hearing this so much and I feel like you're on such a great like roll right now. You're headed to answer what I want to ask. I'm hearing over and over recently over the last 2 days. I can't believe it's the end of June. How did this happen? How did this month finish so fast? Like we have 4 days left. I haven't reached my goals. What can I do starting tonight or tomorrow? Like, what is your advice to people to get get working and get reach their goals by the end of the month, which is what, Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday? I can't remember which day it is, but it's soon. And so some people have been on vacation, some people have been, all over the place. And where the heck did June go? So what's your advice?
I am feel the same way. I cannot believe it's the end of June already. I think baseball and the beginning of summer has everybody like, whoa, what's going on? My biggest piece of advice would be whenever I'm like, crap, I need some PRV, the 10 bar special is always one of my favorite ones. People eat that up. Also, just like I said, doing follow up, clear your follow up to 0 and just send a short message like, hey, just checking in to see how you're doing. Or you need a wax refill. Like, keep it as short and sweet as possible. I cannot stress that enough. I can't. That's like one of my pet peeves is if somebody messages me and it's like this big, long, salesy message. And then like also, I just learned this not too long ago. If you have the Scentsy Connect app, which if you don't, you need it in your life desperately. The thing is, it's amazing. Um, there's a whole nother section of not just like recently ordered or recently delivered. There's a whole other section of like perspectives and all that. I use that for the flash sale, and it's like a whole other group of people that I hadn't reached out to, and they probably ordered like last fall or something, and I totally haven't talked to them probably in months. So definitely like play around with your Connect app and reach out to as many people as you can. When I've really been pushing for PRV, like when I've been close to like hitting annual sales or something, I'll go through my contacts tab and message everybody on there and just check in to see how you're doing. I've gotten lots of PRV by doing it that way. I know I've seen some people I've not tried this myself, but I've seen some people have some super big success with text parties and email parties, where you basically just have your host send you their friends' emails or a text message, and it's like wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, done in one day. Things like that.
There was a
So
couple.
you mentioned the 10 bar special. Can you just elaborate a little bit? Because I feel like a lot of people aren't going to know what you mean by that.
So 10 bars for, I think it's $42. There's a breakdown that I also can send for you guys to share, but basically you need to get 6 people to order 10 bars of wax, and then you manipulate like the host rewards to get it to where they're each getting it for it's $42 plus tax, and then obviously shipping if you need to ship it. But my people eat that up for some reason. The 10 bar special, they love it. And I don't do it often for that reason. I do it like maybe 2 or 3 times a year so that they're not just getting it all the time like that. And there's been times where I've entered in 18 people getting the 10 bar special. And that's like I think it's like 240 PRV, something like that.
I'm always afraid we're going to unmute at the same time and talk over each other. So there was a couple of questions in the chat. I'm going to scroll back up so I don't miss them. So the first question I think I saw was, do you have tips or tricks for booking off a party? She struggles to get those. So at your party, how are you getting more bookings?
So I have this image. I have it in a boards. I can also share that link too. Um, I haven't updated it recently though. But I think the last time I used that board, it was for it has Valentine's Day stuff in it. But I have this image at the end of the party once everybody's ordered, because I try to like let people get their orders in before I try to push a party, because then they're going to try to get their stuff cheaper also, and I want the hosts that were in the party for to be able to get the best bang for their buck. But it has a picture of 3 gift bags, and it tells it like it's like a game, like pick it which number, and then each one is like a fragrance flower or a mini warmer or 3 pack of wax, and I'm gifting them that. So it can be anything that you can afford. If you can't do that, you can just send them a wax bar that you have in your stash. But it doesn't always work, but I feel like I have decent success with that. And there's other stuff. If you go on Pinterest and search like Scentsy games or Scentsy Facebook party, there's so many. There's one that I love. It's a Battleship where they love this one. They eat it up. It's like Scentsy Battleship, and they pick a number and they keep going until they get a hit, and they almost never can guess it for some for some reason. But if they do guess it, then I also offer a party then. Like you can get a free fragrance flower if we have your own little online party. Things like that. And it's hit or miss too. Like you can't get discouraged if you don't get one booked off of it. It's just like anything. It's some people are going to eat it up. Some parties are popping and everybody's engaging and it's all fun. And then some parties are complete dead, silent, nobody. I mean, it's a numbers game. It's just the more you do, the more success you'll have with them.
Before we got on shift tonight, Jen and I were talking about parties, and we're like, I was just saying, like, I had a not so great party recently. And she's like, some of them, it happens. Some are really great and some are not, but you can't keep
Hmm.
going. So, the next question for you is from Tiffany, and she's asking about your cheer fundraisers. Do you do a specific product? Or are you doing the whole catalog?
Mostly I've done a mini warmer and wax bar. I did that for like the last since 2020. Um, I recently, over the last like year, 2 years, I think, I've switched more to scent circles. For some reason, scent circles, I like pushed the idea away because I felt like it was less money, so they weren't going to earn as much money. But it's actually the opposite. It's less money for people to spend, so more people want to buy it. So the scent circles they eat up. Those are my favorite. Those are my jam. Now I'm trying to push those for everybody. I have done a full catalog. My son's baseball team, actually, he's on a select baseball team, and it was before we were having practices and games and stuff, so I wasn't seeing the parents. So I just gave my husband to hand out to all the parents a like cardstock paper with a QR code that had each kid's party link. And they just ordered online, everybody did. But yeah, those are the three that I've done. I haven't done any other ones.
I think the Scent Circle fundraiser is the most profitable and the easiest. I do
Yes,
agree with you. Yeah. Um,
it
and
really is.
one other question that I see was, can you share ideas about your coupons?
So I mostly just do like 10% off or free shipping. And it honestly, the free shipping one, it depends on how much money they spend and how often they spend it. Like I said, I am not in a position to be spending a whole lot of money. So this is somebody who orders from me frequently. Like I have one lady and God bless her. She literally has like a $180 club. Plus, I swear every other month she's placing another $200 order. But I offer her free shipping all the time because I think she spent like $5,000 in the year 2024. Like, yeah, I can spend $10 to give you free shipping. But yeah, mostly I do 10% off. And sometimes I will do with like a free wax bar, honestly, mainly to clear out the wax that's in my house because I have so much wax. But people love free anything that you can give. Scent Circle, anything. People just like free stuff. They'll be excited to get anything for free.
You like
And
free
it smells
stuff.
good, so that's a bonus. Yeah.
So how do
If
you
it's free, it's for me.
how do you land your fundraisers, Em?
Just by asking. I honestly, like, there's no secret. Like, the one thing I keep saying this, I know, but the one thing is just keeping it as simple as possible. So when you're explaining things to them, cutting out any fluff, don't over explain, get straight to the point and say the things. Wendy has amazing fundraiser, like, graphics and Canva templates, and I will adjust her little cover photo to myself, and then I'll send that to them and then answer any questions that they have. I pay attention when I'm scrolling Facebook for people who have kids in dance or cheer or baseball or any of that stuff. And that's like, I mean, it might be because I have that age of kids, but that's like my target when I try to get fundraisers. I do know one of my star directors in my downline, she does really well with like pets, like I can't think of the word, like raising money for the kennels and stuff. I don't know why I can't think of the word.
Pet rescue.
Yes, there we go. There it is. Pet rescue. She gets all kinds of those, but she also owns her own dog grooming business. So that probably, if you know what I mean, it all comes together for her. But she does those all the time and does really well with those.
There was a question in the chat where somebody said, I think it was Edith, said, I don't have school age kids anymore, so I don't know how I would find fundraisers. And I think that exactly what you just said kind of speaks to that. We have to assess our own networks because even if you are not yourself in the demographic that is maybe spoon feeding you fundraising opportunities because you don't have 5 kids that are playing sports or 4 kids that are playing sports, but you have to look at your network, and you said it yourself with like the pet rescues. Like when somebody's involved in pet rescues, then that opens the door for pet rescue fundraisers. And so you have to look at your network and see what opportunity, based on what you know about the people in your network, what opportunity you could provide for fundraising. And so it could be a church group. It could be I mean, you don't have to have small kids to be the only one that can land fundraisers, because there is constantly, every day, organizations looking to raise money some way, somehow. And by doing it with Scentsy, it's different than what they're used to. So,
And I've never had anybody disappointed after they've done a Scentsy fundraiser. They've all loved them. And like you just said, like you may not have small kids, but your friends may have small kids, or your friends may have small grandkids that are active in sports or anything else. Or you can reach out to your school. I tried last year. I'm going to try again this year. I'm really trying to get my kids' elementary school to do a fundraiser. I feel like I almost had it last year, but like reach out to the schools. I know somebody who's in somewhere in our group. She reached out to the school, like the career center program, and she doesn't have any kids there at all. None of her kids are there. She reached out to them, and she's on her like second or third year, and she said it was, I don't remember exactly how much she told me, but it was like a crazy amount of money that they were selling to earn funds for whatever they were working for.
well, and Heather's right. She said the more conversations that you have, the more opportunities you have to serve them for their need. And that is the biggest difference, because if you're trying to land a fundraiser by saying, could you help me out? Or could you help, could you do me a favor? No. This is about you helping them out. This is about you doing them the favor of saying, listen, you guys, my last girls softball fundraiser that I had, the team raised $1,000 from sharing Scentsy. Like, this is legit, and it's all in how ask them, what would $1,000 for you guys, what would that do for your team? What would that do for your volleyball league? What would that do for your travel baseball? What would that do for your church choir? What would $1,000 do? And then the responsibility of getting that $1,000 or that whatever the return on the fundraiser is up to them. A fundraiser has all of the success lined out, as possible. It's up to the group, and it's up to getting them excited and continuing to show them what's in it for them. You are just the facilitator. Forget the fact you are getting paid, or if you're giving part of your commission or whatever you're doing, forget about that part. You are the facilitator to help them achieve a financial fundraising goal. And if you put yourself in that mindset where you're the helper, it's not what's in it for me, it's what's in it for them. You put yourself in that mindset, you'll go out and you will find ways to help people. You won't
feel like you're asking for a kidney if you're doing it for them too. If you're asking people to do a fundraiser to help you, it's going to come off as you're asking for something for yourself.
Yep.
You'll be more confident in asking if you know you're helping them.
Mm-hmm. And there is a ton, if you've never done a fundraiser before, there are a ton of Scentsy consultants out there that have done fundraisers. Nettie has been extremely successful doing fundraisers. Heather, you've had immense success doing fundraisers. Even if you have not done a fundraiser, you have access to saying, my friend Heather did a fundraiser in Texas for fill in the blank, selling fill in the blank, and that organization raised blah blah blah. Or, so even if you don't have the history to be like, well, my experience has been my fundraisers are typically raising $500 for the organizations, we can tap into our network of Scentsy consultants that do fundraisers for you to be able to say, my friend Emily did a cheer fundraiser and it was, blah, blah, blah. And we could do the same for you. I have the ability to offer exactly what my friend did that got that softball team that much success. So it is all in how you word things. It's all in how you are not trying, like Emily said in the beginning, not trying to sound salesy. Jill will back that up tenfold. That the more we sound salesy anymore, the more it turns people off. Like, we are conversationalists, we are people's people, we are used to talking to people as if everybody's our friends. And remember, no matter what, fundraiser or not, it's not about what's in it for you. It's about what's in it for the customer, the participant, whatever. It's not you selling the Scentsy quad so that you can get 21 extra dollars. It is all about you scenting 1,000 square feet of their space and making it smell amazing. So there.
Agreed.
Did anything else come in the? I was
I'm
gonna.
answering them over here.
Okay, you're answering. Okay, so there's conversation going on in the chat, and then Heather said created on the go bag.
And let me just expand on that a little bit. You guys,
Yeah,
the last time Jason had surgery, I literally took a warmer and was making samples in the lobby. Everybody that worked there was coming up to me. I know it seems a little weird, but you're working, you have stuff to do. Take advantage of your time. I had testers with me. I literally ran home while he was under, got the stuff they needed, and brought it back to the office. So people are nosy. They will always ask, oh, is that lip gloss, with your testers? For the many years, it was an old set that wasn't even current, but I looked like I was sorting and fake working in a lobby every place that I went. So just don't go empty-handed. Just be very intentional with where you're going, what you're carrying. Somebody is always going to say something to you and make the first move, because naturally, human nature, they're nosy at what you're doing. If you want to take it a step further, pull those nail pads out in a bar, plug it in, and start making samples. They're going to ask you what you're doing or what that smell is. I mean, I've done it in car dealerships while I was getting my oil changed. I've done it when my husband's under the knife having surgery. I will take it wherever. I am so comfortable in my own skin scenting any space that I'm sitting in. I mean, just be bold, do it, and see what happens.
I agree with that. I always take stuff with me because I bartend 2 nights a week. I always, like last night, I had the pink Scentsy Go and sitting behind the bar because it smells funky back there. It smells like a drain. So I had that back there, and everybody kept saying, "What's that smell?" It was aloe water and cucumber. It's one of my top faves. And everybody's like, "What's that smell?" I always bring samples. Like when I make my batch samples for the scent of the month, I always bring in a bunch to give to the servers at work, and then they're showing their customers and the regulars. You always bring something with anything with you.
I love all those ideas. I think when we marry our life and our business together, it just changes the dynamic of your business. A lot of times, you go to your 9 to 5, and when you leave, you come home to your home life, and they're very separate. But with Scentsy in your own business, everything that you do and every place that you go is an opportunity to share your business, and really bless people in different ways. Like I was chatting over here in the chat with how to, maybe hand out samples to nurses without seeming insensitive to, the mom over here. Well, you can still find ways to do it tactfully. I like to call them like blessing bags or giggle sacks, we've called them. And the inside there can just be something for, if we're speaking about nurses specifically, maybe it's a body sample. It just wanted to say thank you so much for being such a great caregiver, something like that. Those are different ways you can interject your business without it seeming it's not about you. It really is about making that person's day a little bit brighter and a little bit better. But at the end of the day, hopefully they like it and they've got your contact information. So just think about different ways tactfully and that are natural for you, right? We're all have different perspectives and different personalities up here that do things differently. So always take our advice with what feels right for you. But that is those are very easy ways for you to get your name out there while also, spreading some joy to other people. Did anybody else have any other questions, or did we get them all? Any other questions, panel? Anything else you guys want to say?
I just want to say thank you to Emily. Thanks for sharing with us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
There was no reason to be nervous.
Thank you.
I don't know what
Yeah, you guys are like the elites.
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
We're Hot Mess Express. I just wanted to say, I love the part of cutting out the fluff. I think we get consumed. I said it in a group the other day. Like we've made a lot of us the male and the male and the male and the male. And I can also tell you like, and maybe that speaks to some people's love language. One, if you love it, but you can still be productive, keep doing it, rock it out. I have never kept a subscription box or stayed with a consultant because of a gift they've sent me. I've stayed with a consultant because I've loved the product and because of the text message of thank you or the cute photo or something like that. I've literally never gotten something extra in the mail. I know that we've made that kind of our thing and we've loved to do it, but I think we like to do it in a time when mail was way cheaper and time was more in excess. And so if you are spinning your wheels and feeling less than because you're seeing all these groups or all these people that excel in the happy mail or mail in general area, you're okay cutting it out. You're not a bad consultant. Thrive where it's building customers and saying thank you and doing all your things, because I know some of these groups and some of these people do amazing at it. And I was one of them. Well, I can't be like that. I'm not doing anything. Like I'm just like, and I suck and I'm awful. If you thrive at it, keep doing it. If that's your happy space and you can do all the happy mail and get it all out and talk to 10 customers, my brain doesn't work that way. Text your customers, use your follow-up, use your app, have conversations, because those will go just as far as spending your time doing a gift or mail, and it costs a freaking arm and a leg. So cut out the fluff and focus on the things that are non-negotiables, like Emily said. I love that she said that.
Yeah, I love that too. I think where you've got to track your own efforts. It's very important to see what's income producing, where you're getting results. What are your sales at right now this month? How many recruits have you had this month? Ask yourself those questions. If the answer is 0 or you haven't hit 500 or 1,000 or 2,500, you need to reassess what you're doing. It's not working, honestly. And that's where it's up to you to reach your own personal goals. Like I know I try to recruit 2 people every single month and hit the 2,500 in sales every month. It's that 2-year plan, kind of adjusted now that it's increased a little bit. But, I don't really send out happy mail at all. I do my monthly mailers, which I hate doing. I mean, it is a freaking chore. I'm like trying to pay someone to do it now. But I wouldn't have my 2,500 PRV while I was on vacation for 2 weeks had I not done them. So you have to gauge your efforts with your income producing activities on what you're getting results. So I totally agree with, like, if you're just sending happy mail and it's not working for whatever reason, assess what's working for you and cut out the fluff of what is not working. Because if it's not creating the results, if it's not earning you the incentive trips, if it's not getting you your own personal results where you're at, you've got to reassess. Like Jody said when she came back from SF Bar, she's like, I want a party a week. And she's done that. She earned grease, just did not take it, And so I feel like you just got to be real with yourself and really assess where you're at and what you're wanting. I feel like that was really, really good advice, Emily. So thank you for sharing that.
Huge. And I want to say, Emily, I know you were nervous about doing this call, but these are my favorite calls. When you give like ideas that we can all leave this call and we can tomorrow wake up and take your ideas and put them to work. So I appreciate that so much. And adding on to what Heather said, also remember that what are your goals with Scentsy? Like not everybody wants to sell 2,000, 2,500 and sponsor two people. What is your goal with Scentsy? And that's the one thing you really need to look at. And I strongly feel that when there's a will, there's a way. When you really want something, when you really want to change your circumstances, when you really want whatever your goals are, when you really want them to reach your goals, you will do it. So, and you have the best product. We have the best company. We have the best product. We have the best leadership. We have the best CEOs. We have the best, seriously, everything. The world is a little scary and unstable right now, but we have the best blessing, the best gift. We have to use it and we have to run with it. Like, I know I'm not using the right words, but seriously, we are so lucky and there's so many incredible things coming. And change your circumstances. Take these next 4 days that you have left in the month and take Emily's advice because she gave a lot of really great advice. The 10 bar special. Take one thing that she said. You don't have to do all of it. Take one thing that she said. Try her list of 100. I've heard people say the list of 100 is terrible. Whatever works for you. I love making a list of 100 because I start writing down names that I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about her. I forgot about him. One of my best customers right now, for the record, is a man. He has spent, I'm going to say $2,000 with me in the last 3 months. He found Scentsy. He fell absolutely in love with it. And so, and the only reason I'm saying that, I don't even know why I said that, but I'm just saying it's not all women. Men love Scentsy just as much as women. But anyway, guys, make your goals. Don't give up. Don't say, oh, June's over. Like let's just, throw in the towel. This month is over. We'll start out fresh in July. No, you have 4 days left to make a big difference for your paycheck, for whatever it is that you want to do with your paycheck in July. On July 10th, you're going to get this amazing paycheck and you have 4 days to change the amount that you're going to get. Anyway, sorry. I know I'm just rambling about nothing, but seriously, I said at the beginning of the call that we got to have a dinner with Orville, and you guys have no idea how exciting. Like, there's so many great things coming. Orville and Heidi they've been quiet. Have you guys noticed they've been a little bit quiet for a while? Because they've been in the trenches, working their tails off, coming up with everything for our future because they call it Scentsy 3.0. So, I see Arison and I see his big, cute smile. Hi, buddy. Everybody look at Arison. He's so handsome. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking and Melissa will probably have to close this out because I'm terrible at it. But guys, get excited. Take these 4 days, work your tails off, make a difference, inspire your teams. Inspire your teams to not just throw in the towel. Inspire your teams and your friends to go for more.
And I just want to add too, if it's overwhelming, I often tell people to make short lists, even if I'm going to make a short list for the next 4 days. Sometimes, like when you think about this, short, easy lists are less overwhelming to people. So even if it's day-to-day habits, your 100 ounces in water, your 10,000 steps, text 10 of your Scentsy customers today, like your non-negotiable things that you do every single day. Because can you imagine if you literally had 10 conversations a day, every day, 7 days a week, 70 conversations, like really 70 conversations every day, 10 people a day, 100 ounces of water. It could be like the list of 10,000 steps, 100 ounces of water, 10 people a day. Like your 7 things that you do every day. You make your bed, you do these 7 things every day. If you did them every day for 30 days, what would change? Like what would change? Like be honest with yourself. If you followed up with just 10 people every day, minus what's in your app and who placed orders, but like 10 people every day, 10,000 steps, 100 ounces of water. I'm just giving like little examples of things everyone's like, I got to drink my water. I got to walk my steps. I got to follow up with 10 people. Like if that became the norm and you followed up with 10 people every day, 10 conversations, 70 people a week, game changer, myself included. Like, because 10 people a day in between stuff, carpool line, walking downstairs, on the treadmill, scrolling, like when you're scrolling Instagram, be like, nope, before I scroll Instagram, I'm going to text 10 people. That would be a game changer in everyone's business, guaranteed. So make it simple. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. And if you want, once you get those 7 things down, like pick 7 things, then you can start adding something to it. I got these down 21 days. I did it for 30 days. I got this. I'm going to add one thing. That's how you change habits, and game changer. I challenge you to that.
All right. Is that it, Pam? Melissa, did you have anything you wanted to say? You're good. You're good.
No, just my visitor likes to see all the Scentsy consultants on the screen. Look, they're all waving.
Hi, bud. All right, guys. You know what? One last thing before we go. I did not I got off track at the beginning of it, and I did not introduce the panel or myself. I am actually not Callie. For those of you who are new here tonight, my name is Jody, and I know that was confusing because someone did say that they were new tonight and they thanked me, and I'm like, I'm Jody. So just for future reference, Callie normally leads us, and I was logged into her tonight. So I'm Jody, and then we had Melissa, Jill, Heather, and Jen tonight. Jamie and Callie are not here. They're normal panelists. And then we had Emily as a guest tonight. And I totally should have said all of that at the beginning, but hey, I said it. So thank you guys so much for being here. We cannot wait to shift with you next week and get ready for SFR. That is like really seriously coming quicker than like very quick. So we are excited and go out and kill the last 4 days of June, you guys. Seriously, make a plan for focus on these next 4 days and then make your plan for July and find out what your non-negotiables are. And Emily, thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. I took a ton of notes. Thank you. All right, shifters. Good night. We'll see you guys next week. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Good night.
Bye. Good night.